Okay, so you can remove the seat if you want to. I'm not going to, though it would make it easier to fit in here. Basically, we need to get to these speakers, but this little grill is a part of this whole panel. So there's a couple things you need to take off. The first one I've already done here. It's this guy. Okay, going back and editing, I realized I never actually told y'all how to get that little panel off. I still don't know what it's called, but you're gonna move your seat up. All the way up works. I'm not going to because my Christmas lights will fall down, but we're gonna move this up. Basically, there's 4 clips, one about here, 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 and here. They need to pop out. And when you move the seat up, it's a lot easier to get this back part out. You can pop it, and then you don't want to start pulling it out yet. You want to just make sure you can get all these clips, and sometimes this one will be hard to get, so you have to start from this side and go here and kind of pincer maneuver it. Then you can kind of just lift it up, tilt it down, and then slide it out, because there's a little L bracket here, and there's an L bracket here, essentially, to keep it in. But yeah, just 4 doohickeys. You can pop them out like that. So, yep. Then the next one you need to remove is this guy, and you can just kind of, with a little bit of tender love and care, or not. This hasn't been opened in a very, very, very long time. Just 1 second. Okay, I feel the clip. There's one of them. There's a second one down here. Oh, there we are. That's a nice sound. Okay. Once you get a couple, the rest should be easy. You want to go along through the whole side of it. And, oh yeah, let me get you guys. So there's 2. One of them's right about here. The other one's down here. And then they kind of come in pairs of 2 along the edge. But basically you don't have to take this whole thing off. I'm going to, though, because I'm going to do both sides. But we're going to pop that off, and then we'll be back. Okay, got the panel out. Now I want to point something out. When you remove this, you will not keep all the clips. They should look something like this guy. Get that close in there. It'll be in shadow, but whatever. And then a lot of them are going to look like this, which is when they're partially gotten out, but they dug into the plastic. That's fine. Now, a lot of them are going to be missing. And that's because it's dark in here. Let me grab you a light. That's because they're still in the inserts. Basically, you can just pinch those, pull them out. The only thing that really happened there is there's 4 little metal prongs right here, 2 on each side, that clip into the metal and kind of hold it in, or into the plastic and hold it in place. Those just lost grip and came out whenever you're pulling out the panel. Happened to a lot of them on mine. That's fine. You can put them right back in. You just have to bend the pins back to a point where they are going to want to push in so that they grab onto the plastic. So I'm going to replace those real quick. Okay, so I'm having a couple break, and I'm kind of assuming, just based off the look, that the rest are going to be partially snapped as well. That's no biggie, though. I have a link that I'll put in the description of where you can buy replacement ones. As far as I can tell, they'll work great. I don't have them in yet, but they'll be later on. So you'll see whether or not they work fine. But I'll throw that in the description in case you're a Snap 2 if you have an older vehicle. The ones I'm going to put in the description, they're on Amazon, and they say they're specifically for General Motors vehicles, so we're talking GMC, Chevy. But I'm just going to order new ones. I don't technically need them. I have enough intact still. I've only got 3, but you know, that's enough to keep it on. But I'd just rather have all of them. And plus, if they're new and they're fresh, they're not as likely to break. So I'll throw that in the description, but yeah, let's continue. Okay, I don't really want to talk about how long that took me. But basically, panels off. All of the clips that I had that didn't come out with it broke. This guy's close to breaking. The other two are fine though. Oh, I had a fourth clip on there and a fifth. I wasn't paying enough attention. But basically, I'm gonna order all new clips for that. And there's unfortunately a few more of those clips in this actual panel. So there's some I'd like to start up top probably, but before we do the clips, we need to get these two per side Phillips screwdrivers out, or not screwdrivers, bolts out. But I'm basically just going to undo both of these. At a certain point, they might become hand loosen. We're gonna grab these real quick. Okay, so where can I put this? Right there will work. I got these two Phillips heads out, and if you feel up top, it's kind of loose. I don't know if you guys can see that because I'm not going to move the camera. It'll probably fall for all I know. Man, it's windy. I can't see where the clips are, but I'm going to try and remove this without getting in y'all's way. There's one. Feel another one down here. Somewhere. We might have to get in your way. There's another one. That felt like it slipped. Oh. Well, okay. I've got some foam lining that is stuck to this old insulation. Whether or not it's supposed to be, I don't know. The rest of the stuff down here doesn't look like it's supposed to be. So, let me see if I can. There's another one. Just working our way down. There's one. That cable will not... I'm seeing a cable behind... Oh, you guys can't see that. You might see a cable. Oh, yeah. There we are. This is good news. Let me show y'all. So just like the front door speakers, which I'll also get to, but I have to do those later because I have not gotten my equipment. These speakers are factory. They have this little clip up here, and they've got a hinge at the bottom. You'll need to get this clip pulled down, and then you can pivot the speaker out and go from there. And I'll get set up for that real quick. Okay, y'all are not going to believe how I got the camera up there. Doesn't matter. Let's see if we can pry this guy with our hands. Okay, that clip is all the way down, and I can't get any kind of pull on this guy. Oh, there we are. Okay. If the speakers haven't been touched for 24 years, screwdriver recommended. Okay, so let's pop this guy back out real quick. It's a lot easier once you get that initial stick broken. Okay. So I've got a clip here holding some stuff in. I don't have a lot of wiggle room. All you really need to do is closer to the speaker side, there's like a little, without breaking it, oh, there goes foam. There's a little tab you can push here on the back, and you basically want to push that in and then pull this wire connector out. This right here is your connector port, and basically there's going to be two wires going into this with a little adapter. You need to push down right here with one hand or like a screwdriver or something, and then pull the connector out. That's all. We've got our first speaker here. Pretty dang beautiful. Kicker CS series. This is a 4x6. It's a coaxial. Basically, I'm going to line this up with the hole in the with the cutout in my metal wall. I'm going to drill some holes to mark it. Now that wasn't a good sound. Tell me I didn't scratch this. All right, folks, the magnet has a scratch on it. It's actually got a chip. I kind of need a second set of hands. Tonight we take the moon after this commercial break. I'm kidding. Let's do a quick test. And this is where we found out I'm an even bigger idiot than y'all thought beforehand. Okay, so got the holes cut for the speaker. There's an extra one because I did the first one wrong. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Basically, I've got this speaker adapter. I'm not going to cut any wires or anything. Metra sells, please focus. Metra sells these speaker harness adapters. This is 72-4568. This works for the rear speakers and the front door speakers, either or, and they come in pairs whenever you buy a pack. So I bought two since I'm upgrading all the 4 speakers in my truck, but Metra sells adapters if you don't want to worry about anything else. And they've also got those, I don't know what kind of plugs those are, but they've got them. So let's open these up real quick. I don't have any more slack on this guy. But this guy, take the piece that's hollow at the top, match it up. Boom, clicks in. Don't pull by the wire, obviously, but check to make sure it's secure. When that's good, so basically I have no keys in the ignition. My amplifier is powered off. I'm going to plug in the positive first. Got a snap on that positive one. It's good. Got a snap on this negative one. Excellent. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one last inspection. Looks good. Okay. When you're putting these in, cough, cough, you're supposed to not let them hit anything. Not sure if you could tell, but I let them hit stuff. Okay. Now we can actually test it. Like a true professional, I forgot to have the garage door open. So that's a good sign. Already smells bad. It helps if you don't accidentally stop the recording. Basically, I'm getting some good signal from this. That's good. Basically, I'm gonna kill the truck real quick. I'm gonna clean these terminals with some electronics cleaner for the ports, because there's probably some dust on them. It's 24 years old after all. I'm gonna get all 4 of these bolted in. I know this is good. I'm gonna quickly undo these and clean the terminals, just to get the best signal I can from these factory wires, because who knows how dirty they are. I didn't actually check. The ones down there, they're nice and dirty. That's why I bought the electronics cleaner, but I'm going to do that. This has good signal, even though I dropped it. Okay, so just real quick, I'm using CRC QD electronic cleaner. It's basically just for ports and like terminals. Like this would be our case of what we're doing. Sprayed that on this guy. I went ahead and grabbed that speaker down there while I'm at it, just because I already had it off, but I'm using CRC stuff. Okay, I didn't show this, but got this panel back on. Basically just do everything to get it out in reverse. There's a couple plastic pegs to align it and some holes, and you can start from the bottom, top, middle, anywhere, and just kind of start hitting it. There's 8 clips to push in on each side, so I got all but one, I think. I'm not really sure anymore because I put these screws in so I don't hear those knocking anymore. And then you can get this guy. Let me go grab him for you. Okay, got him. So basically, with your seat up, I don't have a lot of light for y'all right now, but you can get this little cornery L piece. He slides under there, and you can push this other slot in. And basically, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 clips, you're done. I did forget to mention that when I was using that CRC electrics cleaner, I used a little nylon brush. I know nylon's probably not the best option, but it gets the job done enough. That guy was really dirty, but now he's not. So don't forget to clean the terminals, that is important. I just also want to say real quick, don't forget to vacuum out beneath these running boards. That's what they're called, running boards. Goodness. And in the corners back here. Sorry, it's not very bright over here right now, but remember to vacuum or just clean in some way, because you've already taken them off. You might as well clean whatever's there. So, you know, I've got bad floor mats, so stuff gets under there all the time. This has 24 years of never being touched. So it's got dust, and I just went and wiped it off and got some of this nice blue back out of it. Okay, the speaker is now in, hooked up. Let's give her a test. Apparently my camera app closed. This guy, he sounds good. I think I'm just gonna put everything back together. We're only doing the rear speakers today because I don't have the clips, the extra clips to put in my new speakers without drilling holes. And I already messed up drilling holes on these two guys so many times that I'm not gonna risk it. So I'll get back to y'all whenever we got those speaker mounts in. We got some stuff in. Most importantly, we got ourselves the harnesses, or not the harnesses, I'm an idiot. We got ourselves the clips to mount the speakers, I guess the adapters is what they'd be, to mount the front door speakers in without drilling holes. You can just drill holes if you want to. I'd rather not, because these should be reusable as far as I can tell, which means if I ever want to swap out different 6.5s in later, I can do that with ease and not re-drill holes for a different mounting point or whatever. The other thing that came in, I forgot to open the package on camera. These clips, this is a better view. These clips will replace the ones that broke off when we took out that horizontal trim panel in the back of the cab. And now we've got our kicker speakers. We had these before, but yep, these are the CSC 6.5s. I just went with kicker for the front and the back speakers because you might as well keep consistency on your brand whenever you're getting speakers. Let's get these puppies installed, but first I'm going to show you how to take off one of your door panels. Okay, so there's a few things you need to do to get your door panel off. One, you've got 3 screws, bolts, whatever you want to call them. They got to go. But you got to do a couple things to get to that. Now, if you have panel pry tools, this is when you'd want to use them. I've got a screwdriver. Now, if you don't want to scratch that up, you can simply grab yourself a little bit of electrical tape and rip it off. Put it over tip of your screwdriver, and boom. Now you're not going to scratch anything. So I'm just going to stick this in here. I'm taking the electrical tape off. I don't care. Come on. Are you really about to tell me I need a second screwdriver for this? Hey, there it goes. So anyways, if you don't want to scruff up your plastic bits, wrap it in electrical tape. I don't care so much at the moment. Ooh, that's got some nice dust on it. But this guy, gone. Okay. Throw that in our pile. What's next? Keep your screwdriver. And this time, even if you have panel tools, I would use a screwdriver. You're going to want to go up here to the sail panel. Where's a good spot? Right about here. just kinda go for a little, you're looking for a little pop. Just like that. This has those same kind of interior trim panels, trim clips, you know what I'm talking about. So we're just gonna take those two out. This guy at the bottom slot's in here. You don't have to worry about him breaking. All right, you got your sail panel off. You got your lock off. What's next? Well, you're gonna wanna get yourself a pick. Or a pick set, whatever. It's all the same to me. I'm gonna go for something probably like this guy. You're gonna want to put the knob down. You're gonna want to push this door panel in, and you gotta feel around back here. There's a little clip you can pry up. It's hard to see, but I'm gonna pop it out and I'll show you guys. Okay, just popped it. When you pop it, you'll know because you can pull this out. Now, if you've done this before, you might have lost it, so you might just be able to pull these off the shaft anyways. But this is the pin that you're trying to get rid of. Or not get rid of, you want to keep this, but this is the pin you're popping out. Okay, what next? Well, you're going to want to grab a 7mm socket, which I'm going to bet is this one. I want to get that to seat or not, because I grabbed the wrong socket. Professional. I'm a professional, everyone. Where's my socket? This is an 8mm. Alright, so some idiot didn't grab a 7. Anyways, as I was saying, you want to get your 7. And I guess I really didn't need a socket. Awesome. I'm gonna set you right there in the door. That's all you really need. Okay, that's one. There are two more. The second one, real easy. You don't have to remove anything. Right here. I don't know how my camera can see. So anyways, you just got this guy. Well, you got two more to get. Your next one, right here. This is when I would recommend an extension. It's gonna be nice and fun. These also just don't want to ratchet very well. If you can hand turn it, you're gonna have a much more enjoyable time. Oopsies. What? I got a broken piece of plastic. It can go right in with the others. Okay, and now your third one, it's hidden. You might look around and be like, what in the world? You don't want to try taking the door off yet. I almost broke something when I did this on the other door. Because your third one, right here, got a little notch. It's down here. That feels like it's out enough. So, you've gotten the sneaky bottom guy, the one right underneath this door panel, and I guess you gotta be careful with the plastic. 24 years old, it's gonna break. Okay, but you got all three. I'm assuming that bottom one's down, or out enough. Take your handle. I forgot something. It's a good thing I have a brain. And y'all probably already saw it. You wanna take your trim panel tools. You wanna pop your door handle protector out. I don't really know what to call this piece. It's a piece of trim, that's all that matters. Oh man, that hurt. So fun fact, there's a piece of metal here that springs back. Don't let it dig into your nail. Gotta rotate this out best you can, open your door up a little bit. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, your door should look like this. Bottom bolt out, handle bolt out, lock bolt out. Fingers hurt. Take your door. You can pull it up a little bit. Kinda gotta feel it out. Alright, got this side out. You're gonna wanna be real gentle. I'm going to assume but this bolt is uncooperative. Well, now it's completely out, so it can't be uncooperative. And oh, it was that bolt. Okay. When you get your top part out, you gotta be careful on those bottom clips. You got 3 bottom clips. Now, if you did try pulling that panel off before you got this bottom bolt out, it might be splintered. Mine is not splintered. The other panel is, because I tried taking the panel off without removing that bolt first. Your speaker will have a clip, just like every other speaker this truck has. You're gonna wanna press it down, wedge yourself a little screwdriver in there. There is adhesive keeping this speaker mount on the truck, so you gotta be careful of it. There we are. You popped your speaker out at the top. It's gonna be your most problematic spot. Awesome. Now you take these 2 pivot joints out at the bottom, whatever you want to call them, I don't know. But anyways, just like all the other speakers, or well, you've only seen the back so far, but a closer look, you want to get this guy, press this tab in, and pull it out. I'm gonna set this on my foot, press in, and there we are. Okay. There's one of your front door speakers. Okay. Speaker's out. Now what? Well, me personally, I'm gonna spray some electronics cleaner on it, just because, you know, that's dirty. This is a 24-year-old vehicle after all. And I'd rather just mitigate anything that would give me a bad audio signal. And oh, I bent this thing. And a bad terminal is certainly a candidate for that. So, it's gonna take a little bit. Do a very light bit of pressure so it gets all liquidy. Get it in here. Watch for the fumes. I'm not really caring right now, but you shouldn't be getting all these fumes. This stuff is fast evaporating, so that's good. I'm gonna go grab a nylon brush and brush that terminal out as well. Okay, this has had a little bit of time to dry. I don't really have anything better to clean this with right now, so I'm just gonna get a few of these bristles in here. Nylon bristles from a nylon brush. Just kind of get them as best as I can in there. It ain't gotta be perfect. I just need to try and get a few of them in. That way I can wiggle them around, move them up and down. Whatever I can do to try and get this puppy clean on the inside. We're gonna wanna open up our Metra. These guys. I already cracked that bag open earlier. These are identical. Hang on before I lie. Yes, these are identical. They should be, at least. And they are just like the... What did I do with that speaker? They are not exactly like the ones that your factory speakers are mounted on. They actually have more options for multiple different types of vehicles. But this, before I sit on my speaker, this will slot in right there and clip in the exact same way that your factory speakers did. There's instructions. It's crazy, I know. This is not the right box. What am I looking for again? This guy. It helps if you don't throw the instructions in your trash box. Let me just see if this fits. That fits. Well, except for this guy. So in my case, I'm gonna break this guy off because I don't need him. Okay. By the power of the most janky thing, because it was the first thing I found, that tab has been removed, and this guy fits well enough to be a glove. I'm kind of considering taking these out too. I didn't really need to take the other ones off by the look of it. That's just like that. Okay, it fits in like a glove. Comes out nice and easy. No adhesive sticking it to the back like the old one. So I won't be using the grills because I'm not going to use those mounting points. What you want to do is line this here speaker up with these here holes. And then we start screwing them in. You know, if it ain't jank, are you doing it right? I'm not doing these too super tight. Just until I have enough resistance to not be able to. Okay, there's one of them done. So now that we have this guy bolted in, be careful because these points do come out still. Now that we have him bolted in, we can hook him up and install him. I'm gonna clip that harness in. You can, since you're adding extra length of wire, get some rattling and stuff with wires hitting on the inside, and you could zip tie them if you want, be tighter together and whatnot. I don't really care. There we are. And now I can take it back out as proof of concept. If I can actually get some footing. Boom. Speakers that you can actually remove the mounts easily without having too much of a problem. It means, wow. Really? Really? Okay, anyways, got the speakers in on both sides. Now it's as simple as reversing all the other steps. So, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna look down here, I'm gonna take this foam and I'm gonna brush it out. Okay, so, we're doing complete reverse order of what we did originally. So we got 3 hooks down here. They need to slide in. Did I line them all up? I did. Okay. That looks good. This all looks good. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember what goes where. Okay, so where'd my socket go? Howdy. I'm gonna start. Are these bolts the same length? Yeah. I'm gonna start with this guy right here, just because he's all broken. I'm gonna stop it about there. I don't know what how hard to tighten these down, so I'm kind of just guessing. I also just realized, reviewing the footage, that y'all have had not a wide angle this time, and I don't plan on changing that now. But, sorry about that. It's probably good for that. Lastly, we got this jolly old fellow. Not talking about Santa Claus. Going to assume that he's good like that. We're just gonna try and put him back. Is that broken? I'll be dang, that's broken. That's fun. Don't mind that. That's the phone that I forgot to silence. Okay, those guys are all bolted back in. Excellent. Now what? Well, I'm just going to go in reverse order. I'm going to take this piece, slide it over, get this old plastic bit here in, slide that metal trim back, or metal clip back in. Boom, door handle trim, done. We're going to take our door crank. If you have power windows, well, you have money. Anyways, we're going to take our window crank. There we go, got that clip out. That's how high up my window goes. I like it to be right about there. So I'm going to push that down. You do the exact opposite of what you did to take the old panel off to get it back on. There's no gimmicks. It's simple as that. That didn't go as planned. There we are. Can't pull that off. Good. Not bad. Now, our last two components. It's a leaf. We're going to put our door lock back on. Which way is unlocked? Out is unlocked. So this guy pops in about like this. Boom. Wait, I almost lied. Okay. Put this sail panel back in. Make sure it slides in at the bottom there. 1, 2 clips. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Your door works again. Incredible. So, that's how you install a speaker. I'll do that to the other door, but that was your front door speakers and your rear pillar speakers. I will put this panel trim back on, not right now because I need to get going somewhere. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you. It's been very long and complicated because I'm dumb. Have a great day.